Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. So, I'm looking pale as can be, and I have something in my eye. I wanted to come on camera. I'm just going to come on camera and say hello, and we're going to have this discussion with me off camera. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I'm sorry I'm a minute late. This is a conversation I'm very ready to have. I've been pretty upset today. So let me say hello to you guys and we'll get right into it. Hey, Miss Smoking Bread. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Coffee and Skeletons. Hey, Deco Painter and Tea. Hi, Gidget. Tracy, Flower Girl. Good to see you guys. Hey, Hopes Echo. Hey, LG, Opalite. Andy, good to see you. Hey, Marie. So this is going to be a long discussion. I want to talk about the progression of this community as well as the trauma community. So let me just get one thing right out, because as you see in my title, we're going to talk about how true crime has sort of devolved over time. I think drama has destroyed it. And I hear a lot of people talk about the trauma community and they're like, this isn't true crime. Well, my channel is true crime. It's never been part of the trauma community. And I know many, many other smaller channels that are affected by this. This is really frustrating. And let me just say before we get into it, today, I've been following along a trial. It's a trial that unfortunately people just aren't interested in. 2 young kids were killed by another kid. Allegedly. And today I was going to stream today's trial and the freaking news didn't even show up on time. How come law? Because it comes down to, in my opinion, not just, but some of the bigger mainstream places as well. Why in the hell does Law and Crime care to stream Hidden True Crimes drama protective order situation? But they're not streaming this, the murder of 2 children. I'm sick and tired of it. I mean, then some random channel I found started streaming it right in the middle of someone's testimony today. And I sat there and I thought about it and I thought, God damn, man, even the local news doesn't care to fully cover this case. And it's sad. And I cried tears of frustration, of anger, of sadness. What the fuck? How come thousands of people give a damn about how many times Brittany J snores every night, but nobody gives a shit about the actual true crime? Let me tell you when they do care, when you will see big numbers around true crime, and that's when there's drama involved. And I'm going to walk us through this whole little timeline I've got in my head. I've got some bullet points in my notes on my phone. But where did things go wrong? Because again, this isn't a trauma channel. And it's not the trauma channel's fault. I'm just drama. Drama ruins everything. And it's extremely stressful. It really is. Absolutely ridiculous. Very true. Spicy Alley. Yeah, for sure. It is sad. It's fucking sad. A 14-year-old girl, Lyric Woods, an 18-year-old young man, Devin Clark, were gunned down by a 17-year-old kid and nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. It's too boring. They're not interested. They don't give a fuck. Not even the local news. And as bad as that sounds, that's the truth as I see it. People don't care. It's not interesting enough. There's not enough drama. It's not, they haven't been fed all the drama from the whole situation from the mainstream places. No one's covered it. Law and crime, law and crime trials, watching all kinds of random shit, not even murder trials, all kinds of different true crime stuff. Nope, they don't give a shit to cover it. Court TV, where are you at? Benny, where are you at? Ashley Banfield, where are you at? And it goes from there. And it is so frustrating. I've taken a lot of time off from my channel. There have been months where I've streamed less than 10 times. I had a major life change and my family came first. And I have sat here and watched, and we're going to talk about over these cases that have just brought in the trauma and the drama and why and how. And okay, so, and how it's destroyed. A lot of people who used to care about these things, they don't care. Like I said, they're just too fucking worried about how many times Brittany J snores during the night. If she falls asleep or not. Seriously. I'm over it. Hey, Grandma Sherry, if it's not all salacious, no one watches. Yeah, exactly. It's bullshit. All these people who cared so much. So let's go, and I'll get to that because that's going to be in a moment when we get to where things really went wrong. So when I first came to YouTube, Watts was a huge channel or a huge case on all the channels, right? And there it did eventually turn to drama in some of those communities, but it was still just case, like listening to the interviews, watching just all the different things. Then all the documentaries that came out and that kind of stuff, right? And there was a bunch of drama in that. Then the next case I kind of stumbled into was Summer Wells. And that was the first time I got a taste of drama, trauma, and how these people that get on here and they just swear to care so much about the victims and their families and kids and all this shit, they don't give a fuck. 99% of them. They don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. It's all tabloid news now. Yep, it is. You know, Summer Wells' parents were on here as long as they could provide the next drama for the thousands of people to watch and mock and make fun of. Whatever was going on in their lives, every tragic thing they were going through, their addictions, everything. And don't get me wrong, they have their issues, but that's the first taste I got of it. And it only spiraled from there. Psycho, I'm guilty of partaking in the drama. Me too. Nobody's guilty. You're not guilty. I'm not talking like I get it because me too. But it's just like it's a sad fact when you sit back and look that people just don't care oftentimes about this stuff. And I'm just like, I feel like I'm just like about to pop out of my skin, like screaming, like, I don't know. I don't know. Wake up. You know, there's more to life. And especially some of the things that, I don't know, that there's so many more things that matter more than some of the bullshit that gets focused on. So Summer Wells' parents, you know, and you had, you know, this side that didn't, you know, that was going down there to heckle them. And then you had the other side that was standing up for them. And then that kind of progressed into Quentin Simon. Okay. And this is where I really kind of went from true crime and started like really becoming part of some of the trauma channels. Because when you care, like along with many viewers who I know actually genuinely cared, and I know some creators did too, and I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying the majority and where this is went. Let's really talk about it and get real. You disagree with me? Tell me. Tell me how I'm wrong. Quentin Simon, beautiful little baby, you know, goes missing. His mom is a shit show. She's all over YouTube. We've got people down there, clown suits, all this stuff, all these channels that are covering the tragedy pimps, the tragedy pimps. Oh, stop the tragedy pimps. Most of them never even followed the fucking trial. Look at me when I tell you they did not give a fuck to learn what that child went through. They did not give a fuck to learn the facts. It's bullshit. They gave a fuck to, you know, one side or the other on either side. Now, some people did follow through. I'm not like, again, I'm not saying everybody. If you feel personally like it's you, then that's on you. Most of us don't. You know, we're just here watching and watching this devolve into a fucking dumpster fire. I'm ready to leave this part of I don't even know what to do because I have an interest in talking about this stuff, but I just want to be so far removed from it. I barely click in these days. Like, I don't know. Sometimes it's very frustrating and you just want to escape it. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Kylie Rodney, there's another one. Oh, tons of people. We care so much about what actually happened to Kylie Rodney. We don't want to cover up all these people. It was all the drama. And then you have celebrities getting involved in that drama. And then we're getting there to where things really exploded in at least the part of the communities where I kind of reside, right? Like like I said, what kind of transformed from Watts, which my channel, and depending what I cover, kind of goes through little cycles, right? We have this long period of talking about Letitia. All this was still happening, and I was still watching and paying attention and discussing in those chats. Sebastian Rogers. Missing teenage boyfriend. Let's see. Just seems to vanish, right? No leads. Police don't know anything. It's like with Summer Wells, nothing. So what does the internet do? Well, duh. They choose sides and fight. They battle it out because that's what's best for Sebastian, right? That's awareness. And they're all blaming each other. You're the reason why Sebastian's not talked about. You're the reason. You're messing with the search for Sebastian, which I'm not even sure. I mean, I hear that and I'm like, were you actually searching? I don't know. We have parents coming on here getting involved, and everybody just trying to judge each other, judge the parents of this child. None of us were in the home. None of us know what kind of parents they actually were. But that's what it became. One side judging another side, and each feeling protective over their own. And then we have that godforsaken fucking injunction. And honestly, I'm sorry, but the people that brought that, I feel more disgust towards that every day because of the way that this has devolved the entire little section of true crime that I'm used to being in. How many people get in a lawsuit and have to be asked like 50 times to stop the drama on their channels and stop? And it just devolved further and further and further until we have like the most crazy fucking real life shit going on that you could ever imagine. Disgusting shit. I'm sick of it. And I want to know from you guys, like, how do you feel about it? Today, when I could not find the coverage of this trial, and listen here, it doesn't do a goddamn thing for me to cover the trial. It's not for me. There's not even 30 people watching the fucking trial. But it just proved to me that people don't give a fuck. When somebody gets up here and they act like, oh, next time, just know 90% of people truly don't care. And this little fake, oh, we're, children or standing up for the victims and their families, and we want the truth. And bullshit. It's all about keeping the fucking chats full. That's what matters here, right? It is YouTube, and I understand that. But, dude, when our topics of conversation involve real life people and real life situations, and I'm just sick over it. I don't know. I'm sick over it. I want to just put this channel on pause, finish the trial, and go to my other channel and talk about different stuff or something, because there's nothing I can do about it. Nothing. I've tried. I consistently have tried to like talk about things that aren't being talked about, but my channel's not big enough. This, like I said in the beginning, stems from court TV and long crime. Tell me why the fuck before the restraining order trial for hidden true crime, they had to get access to stream that. But they're not streaming this. And why do Lyric and Devin not matter as much as, I don't know, the Idaho 4 kids, Kylie, Rodney, Sebastian, Summer, the Watts kids, every other big case that people have cared about and have been interested in. And it's not just Lyric and Devin. That's just the one that's in my face right now that has me so sick. And I know I'm ranting and screaming and raging, and I was going to do this yesterday and probably wouldn't have been so upset. Today I just felt so defeated that the local news couldn't even stream it in full correctly. But I'm over it. Miss Smoking Bread, thank you for becoming a member. If you are a member of my channel or the Patreon, I think I'll do it this weekend. I'm going to watch the Wade Wilson series on Paramount in the Discord, which is for members of the channel and members of the Patreon. Sorry, I need to check y'all's comments because I've been screaming and yelling and being crazy. And I apologize, but God, man, I look at it and I'm like, I'm interested to know what's going on too. But I also know that it's not only that, like, and it's, I don't know, unless it's just like someone said, those salacious stories, those fucking train wreck people. I get paying attention to them. It's kind of fascinating that you cannot understand or imagine how some people can even exist the way they exist. And then some people are so cruel. But oh, thank you, Kimberly. Thank you. I've probably made myself look like a fool, but I'm just so fucking mad and frustrated and hurt. And not for me. Hey, Remy, I'm not hurt for me at all. And I know that my channel, like, whether I stream that trial or not, it's not going to really make a difference, right? It's a small little YouTube channel. But what pisses me off is like, this goes so far. It's a problem that starts at the top. I don't think many know which end is up or down anymore. The long case divided people too. And that case got a lot of attention, a lot of people talking about it, and a lot of people cared about it because it was all wrapped up in drama. It's just Sebastian's case is next level drama because all these people, these fake fucking intelligence agencies, and they're all messy. The messiest of the messy, honey. And guess what? You don't see anybody talking about Sebastian's case anymore. I'm not sure anybody ever gave a shit to begin with. And I know that sounds awful. The subscribers, I do truly believe, because like you see it, you can see that their hearts have been touched. Do you know the amount of money that's been brought in surrounding that drama alone? That's why that's one of the reasons it continues. And why would Law and Crime or Court TV go and stream, this case of these young kids that were shot and killed in North Carolina? Nobody's going to watch it. So who gives a fuck, right? I hate that the importance of these stories can be based on skin color, religion, economic. Oh, and that's 100% true too. Not a lot of young African American women make it to the headlines when they go missing, yet they go missing all the time. But they have to focus on the one who fakes her kidnapping. And I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, but I truly believe that that's part of the reason that that Lyric and Devon's case hasn't gotten the attention that it needs, and it's bullshit. It ain't right. We just had Martin Luther King Day. We're supposed to judge each other not by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. But, I guess people fucking miss that. It's a shit show. Hey, Brandy. Drama is motivated by money for every single one of them. Hey, Amber. Well, Amber and I have talked about it a lot, about like the subscribers. Amber's never dabbled in trauma. She don't like it. And she supports random channels on all sides of everything. And she will tell you her channel has been touched by this. It's a struggle sometimes to get people to pay attention or care to listen if it doesn't involve a bunch of drama. There are people that care, but they aren't around here. I agree. I think some are here, but man, it's just a lot that don't. Agree when they try and say they stand for the families when it serves them. Well, like I said a minute ago, everybody, oh no, quit and ban the tragedy pimps. They're terrible. Get rid of them. They're, ruining this. Quentin Simon deserves justice. Nobody followed or watched the trial hardly. Most of the channels that were down there or covering the mess didn't even follow the trial. And then, oh God, don't get me started on this channel. Like, I understand that if you talk about true crime, it is a little bit difficult because you have to find the balance. You want to relay what's happened accurately, but you also don't want to be offensive and you want to get the facts. And it's just hard because you're talking about very touchy topics. And I just you don't just grab onto a case because it's in the headlines and then not even know what you're talking about. And this is many. This is not one channel. This is many. Or you could be like, oh, Harsh Reality over there, which his true crime channel is fucking booming. Go look at it. You know why? He found a niche. He found out, hey, my viewers want to hear about Idaho 4. Almost hit 3. Idaho 4 for me. So I'm going to go and do 3 videos a day on it every day. Shit that's lies, that doesn't make sense, just complete bullshit. And now he's jumped onto the Charlie Kirk case. Disgusting. Every day, 3 videos a day on shit that's not even going to happen. It's just like the Jen Soto stuff. She's not going to, they're not investigating her. I just believe that. There's nothing that no sadness, not for myself. Every Damn, man, I'm sorry, you guys. I've been streaming on my mom's internet this whole time, not connected to mine, and finally it booted me. But go and try to find full coverage of the trial for Lyric Woods and Devin Clark, the trial of Isaiah Ross that I'm trying. I just want to put it on the channel in full from start to finish. You can't do it. That's fucking frustrating. Why? Why? I just let me get through some of the comments. I'm fucking mad about it and I'm upset and I'm sick of it because everybody, wants to sit around and talk about each other and act like they ever came here for a fucking reason because they cared. And again, I know there is a difference between true crime and crime, but guess what? They're kind of connected and they all affect each other. My channel has always been true crime. Lots of things are built on myths of the past. I understand why. There's a psychological comfort in thinking things used to be better. Young Black economist. I couldn't watch much of the Letitia coverage. I couldn't stomach it. I watch what I can handle. That's another thing. That's, a lot of people go into true crime and then a case hits them too close and they just kind of get turned off. I don't think it's the people. Like I said at the beginning, a lot of this stems from the top. Again, let me be repetitive because this needs to be in all of our fucking heads, in my opinion. Why is it that fucking law and crime cared so much to get that restraining order footage of hidden true crime, but they haven't streamed a bit of this trial that we're talking about? That has pushed me over the edge with frustration. Let me show you their faces. I know, probably half the chat will leave. I'm so mad over it. I'm sorry. I know that you guys in here are not who I'm frustrated with, and I don't want to aim it towards you guys at all. So please know that I'm just so frustrated. And you sit back and you watch it time and time and time again, and then I don't know. And again, it's like Watts, little bit of drama. Summer Wells case. Okay, that's when it really started. Like, that's when I guess that would be when I really found trauma, because that's when I started finding like creator versus creator and drama within the case coverage. And then, of course, cases like Kylie Rodney and stuff have been awful too. Quentin Simon. And then Sebastian's case. And it just flipped everything upside down in this little section of the internet. This is Lyric and Devin. Devin was 18, played football. Lyric was 14. And this is Isaiah. He's been accused of killing them. He claims it was self-defense. It wasn't self-defense. They were shot in the back several times each before they were executed and shot up close. I didn't mean to turn my camera on. I meant to do this. Hold on one second. They had already moved on to the next. Yes, they had. Oh, love you back, psycho cunt. Thank you for being a member for 25 months. Okay. People want the drama, the CSI style, except CSI was a TV show. These are real lives people are talking about on here. Yeah, and trials, I do understand, and real true crime coverage can get monotonous if you're going over, I mean, some of the details, but they're important details, and there's a point to it. You're fading. I can't hear you. I'm so sorry. I think I've given the same talk. I backed off true crime coverage too. Still debating on what I should be doing. It's hard. Hey, chasing. Like I said, like it matters to me. I want to finish the trial. I can't even find coverage of it from start to finish, but I'm going to do my best to put together what I can. Sorry, it's just fucking bullshit. Makes me so sad for those kids. And but I want to have the full trial on my channel, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll talk about true crime when there's a case that interests me, but I'll probably go to my second channel and just talk about whatever else in the world I want to talk about. Just don't think people have changed very much, and dreaming for a non-existent time in the past doesn't allow us to see what actually needs to be done to improve things, because we can't go back. Well, on my journey, it's changed. You know what I mean? That's just from my perspective. But in the beginning of even the coverage of like Sebastian's case, for instance, at least in the beginning, it was about him and the details of his disappearance and sharing his photo and things like that. I don't know. They were in Mebane. It's kind of close to Raleigh and Durham. Right, Jenny. Some of it is daily, fine once or twice. It can be hard not to speak. It was hard to find anything on it. We were in my little Discord today putting together, and I think I've like what I found from today started mid testimony, but I found another channel that you couldn't rewind on. So I'm hoping that maybe they've got it, but it's hard not to comment on like the way that things are because it's all around you every day. And then like I was going to talk about this anyway. If you've seen my live yesterday, I had this plan. I just wanted to chat with you guys about like it's kind of interesting without all the emotion and rage and tears and everything. But then today when that happened with the trial and I don't know. It changed my perspective a little bit. Right, things extend from the top. Yeah, hey, Aries. I didn't know. I was about to read the whole name. I didn't recognize you. Law and crime will seek out the sensationalism too. Yep, they sure do. Maybe I'll change my mind and there'll be something else. Rebecca Park's case, for instance, when we were going through the new information, I'm not covering it because there's nothing out there. We're not going to just keep talking about it. But if something happens, we'll talk about it. But like even Brian Koberger's sister's interview, how many of you guys have read that or heard somebody talk about it? I'm genuinely curious. If you have, please let me know in the chat. Oh, I'm way far back, Jesus. Soulful Sunshine. Hey, Christine. I'm sorry, you guys. I wrote emails to Law and Crime and Court TV right before the Ross trial started to make them aware of the case. Court TV wrote me back thanking me for the tip, but I haven't heard anything from Law and Crime. Oh my God. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Stephanie. That's interesting. Thank you, LG. Yes, that is where I found today, where the stream from today started like mid testimony about a gun. Now, see, they had two local channels, like something 11 and wait, maybe WRAL was the other one that covered the first couple days, but they're not covering it in full. And like they're not doing every day. It's so bizarre. I agree about families and getting involved with social media. I get why they might, but I had 4 family members killed by a relative. We stayed away from it. When we didn't, it was disastrous. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Jill, that happened. And also, yeah, like, okay, Don Wells, let's talk about it for a minute. Because this is what I wanted to do before all the rage and emotion. I really wanted to break it down. Like, Don Wells, he said many times that he came onto social media desperate. You know, he just wanted to find a place to get her name out. Now, take how you feel about him either way out of it. This is the parent who has not been arrested or charged in her disappearance, who came onto social media for help to get her picture and her flyer and everything out, information about her out. Look at the way it turned into drama. And of course, as you might expect someone would be when their child is missing, you know, drinking and just a wreck. Everything's a wreck. And people just like jumped onto it. It was like there's no humanity in this game, like in this YouTube thing. Like people, it's not a game, but in the world of YouTube, rather, people just jumped on to criticize and judge. It's just like with Katie and Chris. How dare they have alcohol in the background? You know, Seth. Oh my God, he said he prayed to this person that, you know, it's beyond our religious comprehension. And we're going to judge him for it. And instead of like just trying to look for real information and talk about suspects who have been arrested or named suspects, or they've been, you know, they're going through the court process. Let's just rip apart the people who came here asking for help. I mean, and I've heard them say this, they came here for help. They wanted us to investigate this. Now we're investigating it. They're not happy. They didn't ask you to fucking investigate, you idiots. They ask you to get their name and their picture out. Not to pick apart and judge their every word as if you're some sort of fucking investigator or body language reader or something, and I'm guilty of it. Here's the thing, I'm so guilty of it, especially with Summer's case. I fell right into that. I am not proud of the content I put out then, and I've worked hard to never do that again. Once someone's been arrested, like old Rebecca Parks, Courtney, that stupid bitch, okay, I don't care to tell her exactly how it is, where to go, and how to get there. But I'm not ripping apart. Oh my God, Chris and Katie's face looks swollen. God, are they alcoholics? Maybe they fucking are, because their child's missing and all of social media is tearing them apart. Maybe Katie eats when she's sad. Haven't you heard of people going through a breakup, grabbing a gallon of ice cream? Meaning it's a known thing. Oh God, not to play into the sick, disgusting rumors that have been started about her. I'm just saying it's a known thing that people, when they're upset or sad, might eat. They might take it out like that. They might get it out like that. Oh no, as people on social media, let's not support these parents and, try to keep putting their name out, whatever. Let's tear them apart, because, it's probably not the right thing to do, but it'll get us lots of views. Because all the people that are with Seth who hate Katie, all the freaking weirdo people who have taken advantage of Seth, that's my opinion. Everybody wants to say, oh, these people are tragedy pimps, these people are tragedy pimps, and then judge Seth for his every word and action when you know that he's got all these folks in his ear. Seth is valuable to some of them. Have Seth around. Have him on panel. Seth, we care about you. Green Teen, we love Sebastian so much. Seth, we love Sebastian so much. We're going to tear apart his mom and stepdad on the fucking daily. Until it gets old, and then we'll just tear apart all the people that support him. And it's on both sides. I'm just saying, this is the truth. Seth has been taken advantage of. Chris and Katie, too. These are grieving parents. Police haven't charged them. But I'll be damned. And I hope I don't offend y'all, but everybody already has it figured out. They think they just know exactly what happened. Let me keep going through the comments. I was watching Mean Girl Murders last night. J4J was on there. I was surprised. Oh, Twisty. I think I saved that somewhere, like maybe on my Hulu to watch later. I love listening to true crime. I don't know. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. I'm all over the place. I love listening to true crime, but covering it, I don't know. It's something ignored in this small community. It really is. Now, I will say I love your videos. Chasing does these pre-recorded videos on all sorts of cases, many cases that aren't getting attention, many cases that aren't being talked about, aren't all over the news. And you post them frequently, like maybe every other day or something. Please go check out and support those videos. At nighttime, like once it gets late, I love to sit down and watch the lolcow rewind, and they go through all the things that happened during the day. But, also at other times, I try to support stuff like that. Can feel you through the tube. Whew. I'm looking now and I remember this happening. Yeah, I went to the to the area once with the Cypher podcast, actually, and another friend of ours that was around back then. And it's so sad. And I don't understand, like, what makes a case interesting for people to care about? I guess it is the drama. The parents aren't fighting each other. But here's the thing with Lyric and Devin in that case. The young man, Devin, was killed with his dad's own gun. He went out that night with Isaiah. Isaiah was dating his cousin and lived right down the road and gave him a ride to go get Lyric, is how it's appearing. He brought the gun that him and his dad would go to the shooting range and stuff, and just to relax and hang out on the weekends, everything legal. Devin took that gun that night and took it with him. Somehow Isaiah got the gun, and they were shot multiple times in the back, also up close. He's claiming it was self-defense, and Devin killed Lyric. And their families are intertwined, so there is a little bit of drama there. Why is that not interesting? And they're all beautiful kids. I mean, God, I've said this, but I look at them and I see, like, the boys are the same age as my son. They're football players. Like, I don't know. It's just why, I don't know. I've lived through most of current history, Grandma Sherry says. America hasn't been great for a long time. In my opinion, don't hit me. I am sad for his cousin Tevin, who was so happy to see you covering it. Oh my God. And was looking forward to coming back. We're doing it, neat. I may not have it all in full. If we can't find today's uploaded as a video somewhere or something in full, we'll start from where it started, in the middle of some random testimony about guns. But yeah, Devin's cousin has been in here watching the trial with us. I'm so sad for him too. And doesn't, like, can you imagine? You see your loved one's case, and it's not making it to Law and Crime and Court TV, where all the Laura Owens, what Melissa's been covering, that's not no one lost their life. They're going to be there filming that. They've already planned for it. But guess what? Brings in the people. More people are interested in hearing about that. So that's what they care about doing. It is a business after all. Let's not forget, Court TV and Law and Crime, it's a business. Every channel makes money, and that's going to influence what gets put out. I'm so behind. I'm sorry, chasing. So we've been covering it. Like, I've been playing it because I couldn't find it anywhere but a couple local news stations. And I was just upset that bigger places weren't covering it or anywhere. So I started playing it. And today, nowhere was streaming the morning half. And that just pushed me over the edge, because already it's been hard to find. Like, the first day, they were uploading little pieces of it and not in full. I found a channel who uploaded it in a couple chunks like usual. And then, like I said, today, both of the channels that had been streaming it didn't do the early morning. I thought court might have been canceled because it was canceled on Friday. And then I found the channel streaming it midway through. We don't even know who's testifying, who they're testifying for. Like, just I click in and I rewind to the very beginning, and that's where it starts. And then I found one more place streaming it after that, but you couldn't rewind or anything. And it was a local place that was one of the two that had uploaded the little chunks of videos. So I just was like, I'm upset because there's, like, at the very least, I just wanted to put the fucking trial up on my channel in full from start to finish, so that if anybody did happen to want to know about it, they could, because nowhere's playing it, And I covered that case back in the day. I haven't heard anyone talk about the sister's interview. You did. Okay, I did, yes, a little bit. Yeah, I was going to go over it, but I'm like, that's what I'm finding too. Yeah. If you find anything chasing, please send it to me, because, dude, you should cover it on one, maybe even like one of your pre-recorded things. It's not far from both of us. Hell, I'd love to go there. That's what I was telling the girls from Decipher. Like, I wanted, if I didn't find it streaming anywhere, I would have loved to go in person and experience it in person. Watch the parents testify. It's like 10 minutes each. Lyric's mom and Devin's dad. And Rebecca Park is local to me, and you were only one of the only ones giving it attention from the early days of the case. Oh, Jenny. Thank you for sharing that. I will continue to follow that through if there's something, but I'm not going to push myself to stream. I used to do these true crime news. There was no updates in cases I'm covering. So, okay, sometimes I would pick a bunch of cases, and then sometimes I would just scroll through because it was always stuff that's not being talked about. Again, nobody really was interested in watching. I mean, some people did. Neat loved those, but let me show you what I mean too while we're just talking about everything else. And I keep answering your comments. Please, if you have any questions or comments about the discussion, ask. WFMY News 2. Can I grab that link? Hey, Tess, will you grab this link from Chasing and put it in my messages with you? The one right above you? Because I don't know if that's one of them but I'd love to have that. They are in the court and streaming on the website. On the website. Okay. Thank you, Chasing. Oh, that's freaking awesome. So maybe just not on YouTube, but it's on the website. But he and Candace lost all their kids for a reason. I understand that. But still, I don't think it's fair to say that they killed Summer. And, we don't know. We don't know the details. So I just don't want to make up details. And I think it's just a great example of somebody who was exploited like crazy. Exploited like crazy. These people are bringing in so much money, you guys. Seriously. The people who in any of those situations, right? The money, it's wild. So my young son told me people are not nice to each other, as if it's just how it goes. Sad. Thank you, Chasing, so much. I appreciate that so much. I have not reported on Sebastian in over a year. There's sadly nothing new. I know, but others go on and on. Well, now it's not even, now it's just creator on creator lawsuit stuff. That involves some of them involving parents of, it's just so messy. Maybe she's been crying and gotten very little sleep because her damn child is missing. Well, Deco, I never think I'm going to solve something, but I do like to see, you know, it's totally different seeing certain places online versus in person. I'm about to let you guys go. I think I've ranted enough, and I'm so sorry. I just got on here screaming and crying, and that was not my intentions. I had this fluid discussion I wanted to have, but regardless, it's where I'm at right now, and fuck it. I mean, if you're interested in any other topic, I'm going to talk about probably a bunch of different things on my second channel. I'm going to definitely be putting some time into that. I'm not leaving here, and I'm going to follow through with things we've started, but I'm just defeated. I feel super defeated. If my family went missing or worse, I could steer very clear of the YouTube true crime. Yes. If your loved one goes missing, stay the hell away from the YouTube or TikTok true crime. Don't forget how TikTok acted in Rebecca Park. They thought they were investigators. They were solving the damn case, interviewing, searching. The words they were using it was unbelievable. That one lady was saying, well, she already testified to this. Honey, your TikTok is not a place where people testify. I tried fighting for the Wells and keeping the rumors out. I learned a hard lesson. People believe what they want, and no amount of facts can change it. You know what? I gotta say, just know that you guys, Deets, at the time, I kind of found that situation and the Marvon and Dre situation and Nonsense's channel and those things, in watching you talk about Dawn and the facts and all of that, and then Marvon with the actual truth versus what was initially reported, it did change things for me. it totally changed everything for me. So sometimes it might be just a few people that see things differently, but I definitely did. I realized, whoa, dude, these are like, of course, we know they're real people, but you really have to like let that soak in and sink in deep. These are real people, and they're going through the worst of the worst, and we don't know more about them than they know about them. And we shouldn't just believe whatever bullshit is on the internet. Oh, they do. Oh my God. Thank you, Tess. Thank you, Chasing. Thank you guys so much. I'm very excited about that. So, starting tomorrow, we're going to be a day behind, but I mean, I think that's okay. And the truth of it is that no one knows any more than what we knew when we first heard about him missing. And Amber, I saw your comment about what more can you do? No, you're right. There's really not. There's nothing else. Maybe going over original stuff again every so often, but hey, Angie. I think pre-recorded is better for me. They get very little views, but it's okay. I almost feel bringing a new case here will cause drama and bring drama into the case. I used to feel like my channel was not connected to the drama at all, and now just because of certain friendships I've had in the past and present and all of that, it's more closer to the trauma community, and that would just be really unfortunate to cover something and then it get like you said, if it would cause drama, but I don't know. The drama is typically what's needed for a viral story. I wonder why he felt the need to be armed. Me too, J13. You mean Devin that night? I think it was just like that age, and it can sometimes be the cool thing to have your gun with you, but all right, you guys, I'm sorry I've ranted like crazy at y'all, and I just appreciate you joining the conversation. Yes, I am so excited, Chasing. Thank you. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to go to bed early tonight, so starting tomorrow we can start streaming it again because I'm really interested. I want to stream it. I don't know if Kevin will join us during the day because he's going to be going in person. But either way, I made a commitment to you guys, to him, to everybody. I want to myself and to those kids, honestly, from the beginning that I never want to cover a case just like Quentin. I want to cover every detail to the very end. I want to know what they're sentenced with, and beyond that, where they go and how they like prison. I'm serious. I like to know those details. Like for me, and I don't know, it's just like it feels like the right thing to do. If that makes sense. But so I'm really excited and thank you. And maybe if you make a video on it, listen, even though they get little views now, I don't think that's always going to be the way. Like, I think that it just takes time to grow an audience for pre-record. If you're not doing what Harsh Reality's doing and doing 3 fucking Idaho, was Dylan and Bethany in a secret relationship? And then him on the thumbnail, like, and then they're like in a picture where they're like posing next to each other. BK and turns on BK. Oh my God, what will happen next? Like, yeah, if you do pre-records like that, you blow up pretty fast. Just, don't really worry about the real details of the case if you want to do that. The facts don't matter, okay? Just facts, who cares? Just focus on like the really shocking things, and if there's anything that you can like grab onto to make a story out of, like that, oh, that will make it explode. Focus on that, seriously help. But eventually I do believe people that do it right will grow the audience. I think it just takes some time. Okay. Oh my God, thank you guys. Yeah, I love her picture. I was looking at it the other night. She's almost down here now. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Seriously, thank you. She's so sweet, trying to answer all the comments, but all right, I'll skip to the bottom. All right, you guys, I do feel better after getting it out. I'm at the bottom now. Thank you for being here and listening to me. He's way out of line. Awesome chasing. Yeah, he's way out of line. I find it just disgusting, but all right, I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for listening to me rant. It is straight from the heart. I mean, and just how I feel. So, it is what it is, but yeah, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting me and my channel. And yeah, if I don't hit end, you know that I'll ramble and like circle the drain about 20 more times, repeating the same shit over and over. So I am going to hit end, but yeah, you guys have a good night and I'll see you soon. Bye.